Hi guys! So I wanted to hop on today and go over the basics of using Upwork. Upwork's a site that I've found about 3 years ago, and I started out just part-time doing a little bit of online virtual assistance work, and I've built up so I now work approximately 60 hours a week just doing different things for different clients. And depending on what your skill set is, there's a wide variety of projects that you could work on. The two things that you really need to have is a computer and reliable internet. Other than that, the sky's the limit. There's no upfront costs with Upwork. There is an option if you want to join Upwork. You can pay, I think it's $10 a month, and you can apply to more jobs. But really, it's something I did it for a couple of months, and it's not anything that you really need to worry about doing. You can apply for, I think it's about 50, so divided by 2, about 40 jobs a month. And once you've been doing it for a while, you'll start noticing the things you like, the things you look for, and you won't need to, you're able to scroll down through and find jobs that you find interesting to you and whatnot. I wanted to come on here and show you some things to look for, some things to definitely do. Now, when you first come on to Upwork, you create an account, and I don't know, let me see if I can just open my account or not. I may or may not be able to do that. No, it didn't do that. View profile. Alright, so when you create your account, you put in here everything about you. You pop in a nice picture. Obviously, don't put a picture of you with your kids or anything like that. You really want someone to think if they're hiring you, they're hiring a professional that isn't going to be, spending the whole day playing with their kids and stuff. I mean, and working from home, you want to be able to do stuff like that, especially if you've got a young child. You want to be able to work from home so you can be with your child. But your person that's hiring you doesn't really necessarily want to know all of that. So put a nice professional picture of yourself in there. Give yourself a little title. You can put anything you want for a title. Put something that's geared towards what you're looking to do. If you're really good in, maybe you've got some knowledge in accounting, put accounting specialist. Whatever it is that you've got some knowledge in, pop that in there. In here you can put approximately what you're looking for an hour. You're not always going to get that. People are going to offer you less. Some jobs you might be able to get more. But just put approximately what you want to try to get per hour. In here, you just put some key abilities that you have. Data entry, marketing, whatever it is that you have some knowledge in. It just helps because every so often when people post jobs, they also will get notifications if someone that they've posted a job for fits everything that's in their profile that they're looking for. They'll get a notification, oh, this Mary Ann, she's able to do all of these things that you're looking for. You might be interested in her. And then they'll reach out to you and see if you'd be interested in their job. You come down through, this will grow over time. I started out, it was only 60, and the longer you've been working, the higher this will go. It's a rating saying that every job that you've worked, you've either completed, this means that I'm still in the middle of some projects. You'll get a rating after a while. I've been doing this for 3 years, so after I think I just got this top rated within the last couple of months. That takes a while to get. And that only just gives you a little logo, so if somebody does happen to search through potential employers or potential clients, they will see that next to your name. This is what I've been doing the last little bit. Okay, overview. So this you really want to go crazy with. Everything you put in here is going to become a keyword, so if they're searching, it'll ting you up. So if somebody's typing in, they're like, oh, I really want somebody that's got organizational skills, it'll come up. Anything like that. Anything that you really pride yourself in, if you're a little bit knowledgeable in, if it's something that you feel comfortable in trying out, put that all in there. Really fill this in nice and full with a lot of stuff. Feel free to look at mine and get some ideas and create your own, depending on what you know and what you like to do. Your availability, what you're looking for, the profile link Upwork gives you. Your location, just your town. Your language that you speak. If you speak other languages besides English, that's really helpful to them if you're Spanish or anything. And then you get feedback from all the people that have ever hired you. So once you've created your profile, now you're set. Now you're ready to start looking for some jobs. So what you do is up here you'll see find work. Right here. Just click on the very first one. It'll bring you up to this front page. And then you can just, you search for jobs. You can type in anything you're looking for. After a while of searching, it'll come down here, the things that you most common look for. And recent ones, the ones you look for the most. But for the first time, you might come in here and you might look for virtual assistants. Can I spell? So you're going to look up some jobs, say, for virtual assistants or accounting or graphic design or whatever it is you know things about. So then you start scrolling through these posts. Now I could tell you, this one says 19 hours ago. Do I have newest clicked? Yeah, 51 minutes ago. That one got moved up because every so often they'll put one up towards the top that says interesting job. But seriously, every hour, constantly, all day long, there are jobs being posted. I can tell you that if you want, you can just sit here and when I was first starting out, every 3 or 4 hours, I'd hop on and see if there was anything new posted that I might want to apply for. Just all day long. You could just sit here and find anything that you're interested in. Don't apply for things that you don't think you'd be interested in doing them. Because you don't want to, first of all, you don't want to waste because you get to apply for 30 jobs a month. You don't want to waste those, 30. And you also don't want to apply for something and have someone call you for an interview and you're like, and it's awkward. So just apply for ones that you want to apply for. So say this one. A couple of things that I want to point out about this one right here. Something that I always try to look for is this right here. Client payment verified. It's not checked. Down here you'll see further down. No, there's a bunch that aren't checked. This one is. What does that mean? Okay, so that could be a real job, and the fact that they have it posted under interesting job, it could be. But a lot of times, because what the clients have to do to get that checked is enter their credit card info. Because how you get paid, when you create your account, they'll ask you to put in your bank account info. It's not because they're taking any money out of your bank account. That's how you get paid. So when a client posts their job, they have the choice to or not to become payment verified. If they do, they have to enter their credit card info. So when you do a job for someone, Upwork clocks your hours, charges that client, then pays you. That client doesn't pay you. They pay Upwork, who Upwork pays you. That's your little guarantee that you'll actually get paid for the work that you've done. Whereas some of these jobs, if they don't have that checked, I have every so often been like, wow, that one really looks good. It's not checked, but I'm going to apply to it anyways. It's almost always a spammer. And how you know it's a spammer is they'll ask you something like, oh, thank you for your interest in this job. Please join me on Google Hangouts and give me this and this info about you. Your driver's license, your social security card, your address. Sometimes I don't think they shouldn't ask for your address. If they start asking you personal info for you to fill out a W-9, anything like that, if they say they want to take it off of Upwork, Upwork does, and that's how they make their money, is they do take a small percent of what you get paid when you do a job. But if an employer might say, let's take it off Upwork so that, Upwork won't take that cut out of you. But you've got to be sort of very, very leery about taking a job like that. I've taken one like that, and it lasted just a couple of weeks, and then the person just disappeared and never paid me after my second week of work. And that really, really makes you mad if you put in like 20 hours and the person disappears and doesn't pay you. So trust me, at least until you've built a relationship with the person. I've got one lady that I've been working for the past year. She wants to add me on for an additional 10 hours a week. I've been putting in 10 hours a week with her. She wants to add on another 10 because her business is taking off. A lot of these people, you'll notice, are entrepreneurs. Her business is taking off. She wants to give me a lot more hours. She's like, how about we take it off Upwork, and I put you through my accountant and sort of go that way. I've been working with her for a year. I'm totally comfortable, and I know that she'll be good for that. But a lot of these people, if you're just meeting them, for your own security, I would say, actually, no, I'd rather keep on Upwork. If they try to keep pestering you, I had one lady that wanted me to fill out a W-9, send her a picture of my driver's license. All of these are red flags that you immediately just cut off contact with them. Don't try to give them a hard time or anything and say, oh, I know you're scared of anything. Just cut off contact. Don't reply. And actually, you're able to, if you see here, is it in here? There is usually a spot. It's not here. Maybe if once they've reached out to you, there's a spot where you can click and you can notify Upwork that they're a spammer, and then they get actually deleted off, because I had one person complain to me that they got deleted off. But if they start asking you those kind of questions, don't even go for it. And my suggestion is to not even give ones that are checked like this. They look very, like this one put a lot of effort into it. A lot of times you can notice if they're a spammer because there's a lot of misspellings. But I mean, even ones that are verified can have a lot of misspellings, because it's a guy that's like, I had one guy that he made furniture. That's what he did for a living. He wanted to hire me to post to social media, and his post was not that great. And the whole reason it was not that great was because he's not a computer person. He doesn't write. He doesn't do computers. So, I mean, some could be like, you really want to make sure that right there is checked before you even waste your time applying for the job. So let's go down through and we will find urgent virtual assistance needed. Now, there's a few things that you can look at. You can look at the level. Entry level is going to mean that they're going to want to pay someone a little bit less. If you're first starting out and you're willing to take, I mean, a lot of times you got to build up a reputation. So you'll take these smaller entry level jobs just to build in some time. This guy's looking for someone just for a small term. He's looking for someone for less than a month for just 10 to 13 hours a week, 30 hours a week. So this is a 1 gig job. It wouldn't be bad if you're just starting out to grab it, because you know what? You put in a month for not a whole lot of pay, but you're building up those stars that you need to get a good reputation on Upwork. So if you come in here to apply for one, you just look through, see if everything they're looking for is stuff that you can do. And there's different things to look at. Check out the client. How's the reviews? Have they, and you could actually, I think, look down here and see the reviews and see if anyone's ever been like, oh, he stiffed me on a job or anything like that. He's paid people good. It usually says here, his average hourly rate paid is $45 an hour. That's actually pretty good. And he's looking for somebody entry level, so he's obviously not going to want to pay someone $45, but he would probably pay. I mean, if I were you, I would put in like $10 an hour. He would easily give you that for this small job. That's not bad for a little job. So what you do is you click up here and you choose submit a proposal. Okay guys, that's as much as YouTube will let me do in the one video. So that's the first video. Check back with me in part 2 to continue on.